Are you stopping recording, or do I need to call the police?
Oh, you can call the police.
Okay.
Can I see some ID on you, please?
What crime you suspect me of?
I don't suspect you of any crime, sir. I'm just asking you for some identification.
In Florida, 2026, two public encounters exposed the same question. Can government workers or deputies demand control when citizens are simply recording? These officers and officials went too far the moment they treated a camera like a threat and ID like a shortcut to authority. Today's footage comes from Major Lee Awesome, a channel helping spread awareness about civil rights, public recording, and peaceful accountability. Go subscribe to the original channel, link in the description. Tell them ID Refusal Cops sent you and that we love civil rights. Now watch closely, because in these two encounters, you will learn something, feel something, and definitely have an opinion.
Hi, can we help you?
No.
Okay. Okay, you just know you can't record, right?
No, we absolutely can.
Okay, you can't. You saw the sign that said you're not allowed to record there, okay?
Is there a state statute?
I can get it for you.
Yeah.
But meanwhile, you just know that you can't record. Are you recording?
Yeah.
Okay, please stop.
Yeah, we absolutely can record in there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Please stop recording, okay?
Yeah. No, you're fine. This is a public area.
No, but you see right here that you can't record.
Ma'am, anybody could throw up a sign. That's photocopied.
Okay, that's the Department of Corrections, okay? You cannot record.
That's the Department of Corrections authorized.
That you cannot record.
Can I have your business card?
You sure can, okay? Now,
Yes, ma'am.
are you stopping recording, or do I need to call the police?
Oh, you can call the police.
Okay.
Thank you. And we'll take a card too. Thank you. And like him on Facebook. Yeah, I don't see the Tahoe. Hey Corporal, how you doing?
Good, how are you?
Excellent. You fill them in on our rights?
What was that?
You filled them in on our rights?
Yeah. I have no problem with it.
Yeah.
So,
They should know. Florida law, statute 119 for public records allows us to come in. Besides the fact it's a public area.
yeah.
So,
But y'all normally know how it goes with businesses and
of course, they call, they have to be educated. They never want to take my word for it, even though I have, stacks of the law.
I see that. I see that.
So, which is fine. I don't mind. I wish, maybe the dispatch, somebody's in the public area recording. They're fine. They'll leave it a minute.
Yeah.
So,
But since it is their property,
The conversation suddenly shifts. This is no longer about filming. It becomes a discussion about constitutional rights on public property. Instead of raising his voice, the auditor explains why a government office cannot simply remove citizens without lawful authority. Knowledge replaces emotion.
they can request a trespass.
okay.
Yes.
For no reason?
Literally, you can walk into Walmart and they might not like your vest and they could trespass you.
That's a private location. This is public property. So let me give you an example. If these guys are being corrupt and I come in here and I say, I want a public record, right? I want to find out whatever. And they say, well, you're trespassing. Come on.
So if it was
Come on.
just them telling you, hey, you're trespass, that's a complete different story. If they call us and we authorize their trespass, because it has to be done in our presence. Now I can't sit here and say, hey, you're trespassed from this building. One of the workers will have to come out and address that to you in our presence, and then that makes the trespass.
Okay, absolutely.
Legit.
Yes, let's get them to do that. But before we do, I would advise you to maybe call somebody at the department, because what we have is what's known as a liberty interest in public property. We actually have a right to loiter on public property for innocent purposes, meaning that I could go into that public property, that public foyer that's open to the public. I could sit there all day long, okay? And there's nothing that they could do about it, because that's our right. Because as citizens, we all pay taxes to pay for that property, right? It's like if you and a couple of your buddies bought a fish camp, right? You all put in 20%. one of your buddies couldn't say, hey, I don't want her here, trespasser, right? It's the same thing with this public property. We all put in money for this public property for this office to operate. So they just can't be like, oh, well, we don't like you. We don't want you here. There has to be an actual reason. Now, I'm willing, if they want to trespass me, to go ahead, but I will let you know that it's a violation of my civil rights. I will need the name of whoever is the authorized representative, because there's only one authorized representative allowed to trespass under Florida statute 81009. And it's an owner or authorized representative. It's TIV, not TIVs. So it's singular, not plural.
It's just one person.
That's right. So make sure it's the proper person that's issuing the trespass. Get their name for me. Let them know that this will be a civil lawsuit. I will have to include you because you're the one that's enforcing the trespass.
Even better if you, probably not today, but if it's tomorrow, Friday, next week. If you want to get the actual entire report with, it's going to have our names.
I'll be requesting
it's going
the body cam footage and all that stuff. I'll need the CAD number as you leave, obviously. And of course, I will not refuse to obviously leave the property. I've actually left the property. They don't own the parking lot. It's part of a bigger building system. So I've already left their property.
Okay. So I'll give you the card with the event number, with the trespass number, so that way it's easier for you to go get a records request next week. Okay?
Perfect.
All right, just
Thank
give me
you.
one moment.
Yeah, just tell her, come on out, trespass me if that's what she wants.
But we're going to want her business card.
Well, I already told her we're going to want her information. I need her information because she's the party, requesting the trespass. So. Let's watch out. I don't want to get hit by this guy. Okay, I'm parking out here.
The sheriff came in and made the parking lot. Did you see that?
What happened?
A sheriff truck came in and made the parking lot and left.
No, maybe he was responding to the call as well. I already saw that there were 2 Castleberry PDs here.
I don't really want to be in the picture.
Yeah,
Sorry, guys. Hey, how you doing, boss?
All right.
Good.
Hey,
What's your name? I can't see it.
Officer Hauk.
I'm sorry.
Hauk.
Hauk. H-O-U-K.
H-O-U-C-K.
H-O-U-C-K. You got a badge number, sir?
307.
Thank you, sir. 307.
Can I have your guys' names?
We don't give our names.
Don't give your names?
No. Okay. Not unless we break the law, which we definitely haven't. How you doing? Give me 1 second. No, ma'am.
All right. So, which you seem like you know your stuff. We just didn't know the extent of everything, like the recordings inside, as long as you weren't recording actual.
Minutes after being told to stop recording, everything changes. The officers acknowledge the misunderstanding and recognize the auditor's rights. The camera never won. The law did. Sometimes accountability begins with a respectful conversation backed by knowledge.
Confidential documents that are behind the glass, everything like
Conversations with people that shouldn't be recorded.
Right.
So,
and I'll even go into a little bit more depth than that because there's a lot of misconceptions out there, right?
Well, we understand that you guys are free to do whatever you need to do as long as it's within reason.
Right. No, within the law.
Yeah.
Right.
I love the law.
Mm-hmm.
I spend my free time reading the law. I have 100-year-old law books. I love the law. I want everybody else to love the law and obey the law. Doesn't matter who they work for. Doesn't matter any of that.
We're with you 100%.
Yep.
Absolutely. And all I wanted to do was come in here, look around the public area.
Yep.
I wasn't even going to make a public record request. I'm not even worried about it. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. If there's a story I'm working on or whatever. But today I'm just driving through the area. I was like, let me pop into the parole office here and see what's going on.
Okay.
You know?
There was just a miscommunication on what actually was recorded and what wasn't. So
right, and again, here's the thing. For like the Records Act and stuff like that, confidential information that they're talking about in law, that actually has to come from a system of records, right? So like I'm not obligated to keep information private, the state is. But the state's only obligated to not release it from its records, from its servers, right? So I'll give you a perfect example. Let's say Betsy there is in the front of the office, okay? And Betsy knows Tom here because she lives next door to Tom, right? And she knows that Tom has, and Tom doesn't, but let's say Tom has cancer, right? And she's talking to somebody about Tom's cancer. That's confidential HIPAA information, right? But
She's saying it out in the open.
it's right, because the privacy that they're talking about doesn't cover like gossip or things that we can see.
I understand that.
Okay,
I'm
so
saying
yeah, so
beyond
anything that we could
the
see,
lobby.
right?
I'm saying beyond the lobby.
Right, but it's the same thing, and I'm sure you are familiar with the plain view doctrine. Anywhere that you're legally allowed to be, officer, anything that you could see can be used against the citizen, and the same thing for a citizen. Anywhere I'm allowed to be, anything I could see, I can record. Now, if they didn't turn over confidential information, I'm not in trouble, right? That would be, that's crazy. That would be crazy.
that'd be a little bit more of an issue.
And the same thing with confidential information. Imagine how easy it would be if I could just roll by my enemy's car because he left the window down a little bit and slip my social security card in there and then call you guys and be like, yo, this guy's got my personal confidential information.
Well,
So,
I get it.
yeah. So
with that,
that's it, guys. I don't want to waste more of your time. You're busy
Did you see
people.
how
I'm busy.
easy it is? Like, say we had complaints. Say, like, their wait time was absurd. You know what I'm saying? Say, like, you see people coming in and out. They maybe should have already been here. You know what I'm saying? Facts of that nature. That's what we come to investigate. But, we come here on any kind of pretense, because it's the law that we can. You know?
Yeah, we're allowed
And
to
they
look
wanna
at the
discourage
government.
us from doing that. Maybe somebody's probation officer is adversarial, and they told us about that sign, and they can't record their interaction with the government, prosecute them.
And I'm going to be honest. I just got off 3 years probation with Florida, so I know all about probation and parole, and they know all about me. And when I was on probation and parole, I'm still a journalist because I was on probation and parole for filming. So, they know all about it. So that I was surprised to see that sign up there. I was even more surprised by the lady's ignorance of what our rights were, But that's part. Yeah. And again, I bring the law. I have it with me at a moment's notice. I'm happy to show people, but they're not going to believe me. They're going to call you. They need somebody in authority. Who am I? I'm just some guy off the street. I got a funny press vest. So they're not going to take my word for it. So I appreciate you guys coming out here and actually calling somebody instead of just going ahead with a trespass, because I can't tell you how many times they snapped decision and got a lawsuit involved. So
well, like I said, a lot of miscommunication went
Yeah,
on.
from
So
what
I
they-
apologize
from
for
what
that.
they told
But
her compared to what I found out, it's different.
yeah, of course. Yeah.
all right.
All right. Thanks, guys.
You guys have a-
Now they know that we're
Good
allowed
day.
to go in, right?
Yep.
Okay. So I'm just going to walk back in, look around, and get
Yep.
out real quick. But thank you guys
Try
for
to stay
showing up.
cool out here.
Oh yeah. Oh, that's Good luck with that.
The first encounter ended with education replacing confrontation. But what happens when the next officer doesn't stop at a warning and immediately demands identification? On another public sidewalk, the same question returns, and this time, the legal debate begins before anyone can even explain why they're there.
How you doing? Sir? Sir? How you doing?
You can speak to me, it's okay. How are you? Can I help you? Sir, can I help you? I need to know what you're doing, why you're doing it. Some ID on you, please. You're allowed to do that. It's not a problem, but I do need to see some ID. Sir, you going to respond to me, or you speak English?
Yeah, I speak.
Okay. Can I see some ID on you, please?
What crime you suspect me of?
I don't suspect you of any crime, sir. I'm just asking you for some identification.
The deputy starts with a calm tone, but the pressure is clear. He wants a name, a reason, and identification. The auditor does not argue about feelings. He pulls the encounter back to the only question that matters. What law requires ID without suspected crime?
I don't
Nothing
give
to
ID.
get, nothing to get. Yeah, actually, you do need to show it to me.
What law is that?
If a law enforcement officer requests ID from you, you're supposed to produce identification.
What's the statute number for that?
Off the top of my head, I couldn't tell you.
Here comes my buddy, just so you know.
That's fine.
Okay, but I didn't want you to say he's walking up behind you without
No,
knowing
that's
it.
fine. I mean, if you're with the film crew, news media, whatever, that's all fine and dandy. You guys are allowed to do that.
The statute is 901.151, and it's only if you suspect me of committing, have committed, or are about to commit a crime.
Or if you enter onto property such as this.
There's no regulations under that statute for this.
We do have regulations on where media is allowed to set up. Okay, where you are, is it one of them?
Is this a sidewalk?
You're standing on a sidewalk, that's correct.
Is this a public sidewalk?
Technically, yes, but we do have areas where media is allowed to set up.
It says visitor pedestrian entrance.
Right.
So
are you entering the facility? Not with the camera, I don't believe.
if possible,
Unless you want
yeah.
to secure the camera and go in the building, that's fine.
Well, I go into jails all the time with the camera if there's a public lobby there.
We have a public lobby.
Then I'm allowed to go in there.
I didn't say you weren't.
With my camera, usually. If not,
Right, well, that's the lobby, not the jail itself. That's correct. But what I'm trying to do right now is find out who you work for, why you're here.
I'm an independent journalist. I work for myself.
Okay, well, we have areas where media is allowed to set up.
Okay.
We're allowed anywhere. Sir.
Yeah, we're allowed anywhere that the general public's allowed. So we're not setting up anything.
We don't like being told where to set up.
No.
I'm not approaching you in that manner. I'm trying to identify why you're here.
The turning point comes quietly. No shouting, no chase, no handcuffs. The deputy backs away from the ID demand and admits he has no problem with the filming. The camera keeps rolling, and the sidewalk remains public.
Well,
you're walking it.
You're walking. Citizen conducting legal activities on public roads.
With the camera in this vicinity, yes, we do.
Illegal?
I didn't say that.
Then?
I just said that if you're with media, that there's an area where you can set up.
The other two deputies asked if they can help me, and I told them yes. You could allow me to film my video without bothering me. Will you do the same thing, Sergeant Carlin?
I don't have a problem with that.
Right on. Thank you.
2 locations, 2 encounters, 1 lesson. Rights only work when citizens know how to use them. In the first video, education replaced confrontation. In the second, 1 calm question stopped an ID demand in its tracks. That is the power of peaceful resistance. If you have ever been asked for ID without a clear reason, tell your story in the comments. Like this video if you learned something. Subscribe so you never get caught off guard again. This is ID Refusal Cops, where civil rights are the strongest weapon in the room.